ice hockey, defined as a team sport played on ice in which skaters use wooden sticks to shoot a rubber puck into an opponent's net. But to athletes of this sport, it's a way of life. In a country of over 34 million, the International Ice Hockey Federation recorded close to 600,000 registered ice hockey players in Canada alone, all coming from different cities, big and small. So this raises the question, does it matter where you come from? Is one really better than the other? We traveled to arenas in Caroline, Strathmore, and Calgary, Alberta to interview athletes from small towns and bigger cities who've been involved in hockey since they were younger.
First time I skated, I was about 4 years old, and started in Tiny Mites, they're called, about 6 years old, 5, 6 years old. It was the first time I played.
Probably organized was around 5, but maybe sticks and whatnot, probably lifetime.
4 years old.
4.
I was 9.
4 years old, I think.
6. 5.
Both. I like to play center, is my favorite position.
Right wing.
Defense.
Play center pretty much everywhere.
What position do you play?
Left wing.
Forward. Left wing.
You play?
Forward.
I don't know, I think it all just depends on the team, the individual teams, right? I mean, in the small town, I mean, they're probably more close as a team because they don't have much else to do except hang out with each other, as here everyone's kind of got their own groups that's not just necessarily guys on the team.
The camaraderie is different, I think. People tend to care more too, it feels like, you know, and then all your teammates you're that much closer with them too, because you spend every day with them at school, and then you're at the rink with them. You see them every day, so you're just that much closer to them, in my opinion.
I'd say when we're in younger age groups, probably because we're growing up together and our team, all the same guys are on teams year after year, but once you hit junior, it's a bunch of different guys, so it's probably about the same as the city.
I don't know, I think it's all how you grew up, where you're playing, and how bad you want to really win.
Brawling, especially growing up, because you have a lot more ice time, like when you're a younger kid.
Yeah, due to the fact that there's less of us, more one-on-one training, and you get more ice time, whereas in a big city you got more teams, so less chance of getting more ice.
Maybe slightly, because due to ice time, there's more slots for ice time, I guess, would be it. There's not as many people to compete with.
Yeah, I think there's huge differences. Well, I think it's work ethic, country teams, as opposed to city teams and stuff. So, even now when we play a team that's smaller than Strathmore, even you can always tell their work ethic, and they're always hard to play against, it seems like.
Yeah, probably, because it's usually farm boys out there, and working on the farm. They get probably a little bit bigger than us out here.
Yeah. Not really. Hockey's hockey. When you're on the ice, it's all the same. But off the ice, I think there are different mindsets too. But when it comes to actually playing the game, I don't think there's no difference.
Well, I'm probably a little on the smaller town side, saying that we're better just because the city kids they seem to be a little more privileged with money and stuff, so they come to hockey and it seems like they're a little bit more spoiled and don't care as much as opposed to a kid that grows up in a town with 150 people and their families barely can pay for their sports, so they take it a little more seriously, I think. So
I know the small guys are a little bit bigger, like farm guys, they like to rough it up, but I think city guys like to do that too.
Not really. I think it's basically just for the love of the game.
Not a huge difference. Every city team that we've always played against has been pretty much similar, but it's not. I don't think it's a whole lot different.
Yes, that smaller towns definitely have more dedication, more commitment. It's just a small town thing, I guess.
Probably a bigger push in the city, like Caroline. There's lots of big athletes from Caroline, but a lot of it's just for fun and grow up with each other kind of thing. Everybody does it. So.
We also talked to Derek Blaze, head coach of the Calgary Royals Athletic Association Junior B Blue Team, and Doug Murphy, head coach of the Strathmore Wheatland Kings Junior B team. Did you grow up playing hockey?
Yes, I did.
You did? Where did you play?
I grew up playing hockey in small town Saskatchewan.
Yes.
So where did you play?
Played Edmonton, where I grew up. Played a bunch of places in junior and ended up in Hershey.
How long have you been coaching?
Probably 5 years now.
How long have you been coaching?
Coming up on 30 years.
Do you do a lot of team building with your athletes? If so, what kinds?
This age group is a little difficult because they're all working or going to school, but whenever we can, we'll go out for a dinner together and just get the guys to go out for a movie together, so small stuff like that.
Do you do a lot of team building with your athletes? And if so, what kinds?
Yeah, we try to do some team building stuff. Like we have tried some different things. Junior B is a little different than sort of other types of teams. Guys here are either working or going to school, so it's, hockey's kind of like a second job to them.
Are there any special or unique drills that you put your team through that you'd like to share?
Well, I can't talk about our power play right now. It's working pretty good. No kidding. Nothing really. It's all generic, and you always base your practice based on what you see in the game and what needs improvement. I like to make a lot of my own drills up. Be creative.
Are there any special or unique drills that you put your team through that you'd like to share?
Hackman? No, we sort of use standard type drills and you know, ones to catch their attention.
Have you coached a team from a smaller town?
Have I?
Yeah.
I've helped out a bit just growing up playing hockey. I've helped out with teams from smaller towns. But
have you coached a team from a bigger town?
Yeah, I coached in Edmonton and in Vancouver.
Do you see a big difference in the two?
Yeah, there's a lot of differences. I think, like Tyler said, smaller town teams tend to be closer. They tend to have a harder work ethic. And like big city teams, like if somebody needs work on their skating, you tell them to go find a power skating instructor, and you know, they're easy to find. Or you know, somebody needs to work on something, they're able to find something to work on that skill, where smaller towns, you're kind of it. Or
do you see a difference in like attitude or commitment wise for athletes?
no, I think like Josh said, it's whether they want to buy in or not. It's, their attitudes are all the same. They're all in a small community. It's a lot easier for the guys to hang out. It's really a small town. There's not much else to do. So your friends are your teammates, and that's what hang out with at night. Whereas you get in a big city, guys have other lives. They have other groups of friends, and there's so much more to do. So it plays a bit of a factor in the whole team building.
What is your opinion on smaller town athletes versus bigger city athletes?
Generally, I like the smaller town ones better, and they're friendlier, they're closer. They're big city athletes that come together for one specific purpose, and then they go their separate way.
Opportunity is kind of a big thing. If you're from a big city, I think you get a little bit more opportunity. More people can watch you play. You have better, I guess, resources, better facilities. Whereas a small town, I knew when I grew up, we didn't even have artificial ice. It was we didn't get ice till November.
So as we've seen in these interviews, there are several different viewpoints of this big question. Do smaller town teams hold an advantage over city teams with team bonding, or do city teams hold the benefit with increased opportunity?
What do you do for fun or in your spare time?
Indulge in bars and fun stuff like that.
Away from hockey, it's not a lot. Spend a lot of time at home and do a little bit of partying with the friends. That's about it.
But like everybody else, here probably hit the booze a bit.
Same thing as everybody else says, just booze.
Oh, I hang out with my friends. We go out and go gallivanting about.
Fun. I like to have a few beers with everyone, the boys.
I'm a casual drinker.